What's up all my fine girls? No Pimple is Whit here again with another video. So I am back with another video and it's going to be a review on the new Norvina volume 6. So I got this about a week ago. This is what this palette looks like on the outside. Very much so space themed. And this is supposed to be her version of a rainbow palette. And this is what the oh, let me take this out here. So this is supposed to be her version of a rainbow palette. So it does have two pressed glitters in here. This one right here and this blue one right here. I think I'm going to use one of those colors today. But yeah, so I got this in the mail about 8 weeks ago. And I have just not had any time to film, you guys. This past week was just like overload with schoolwork. I had an exam that I didn't even realize I had an exam for yesterday. So I just had to put, you know, YouTube to the side. But we are back. Today is Sunday that I'm filming this video. By the way, I'm priming my eyes using the, what's that brush called? Not brush, primer called. The primer is called the Makeup Revolution. They're eyeshadow base in the shade medium. It's weird sitting here filming. I have not actually sat down and filmed a video in 2 weeks. So it feels good to be back here on camera. I'm looking kind of tired. I want to take a nap. Yeah, no, I really want to take a nap. I think after I finish filming videos today, I'm going to go to nap real quick and then I'll start editing because I need this video to go up by Monday. Alright, so eyes have been primed. I already have a look in mind that I want to do with this palette. So let's see here. So I know for sure I want to play with this yellow. Like I want to do something like yellow into green into blue. So I think I want to play with this yellow, this green right here, and then this navy blue here. So I'm going to take this brush right here. This is the Morphe M433. And I'm going to go into the shade called B2, the yellow in the palette. And let's see what this yellow looks like. This looks like a nice yellow. And we're just gonna place this down here. This is actually a really pretty yellow. This is a pretty yellow. There is a lot of fallout in this palette. Like as me grabbing this yellow shade right now, it's like literally everywhere. So beware of that. Personally for me, like I said before here on my channel, fallout doesn't necessarily bother me, but you know, just for anybody who was interested, these are supposed to be pressed pigments. So sometimes they do have a little bit more kick up than normal, but I don't mind. So I need to also bring this yellow up a little bit higher because I am going to be cutting my crease, but I want the yellows to be apparent in the look once, like, you know, the crease is cut. So let me go ahead and lean it up a little bit more. Okay, so that looks really nice. Taking another Morphe M433, I'm gonna go into that B3 shade, which is the green in the palette. This looks like a pretty green. Let's see how this looks. We're just gonna place this right there next to this shade. Oh, no. I was trying to go into the green and I dipped into the yellow. Okay, and then I'm gonna go back into that yellow shade and just put a little bit more here because it was like missing there. If anything, I kind of look like Sprite. So I'm just also gonna like start blending these two together a little bit. That looks nice. Okay, so now I'm gonna take a MAC 217. This is very similar to a Morphe M433 that I've been using. So either of these brushes, and I'm gonna go into the shade called E4, which is like this really pretty like navy blue in the palette. That's what it looks like. Ooh, this looks so good. Let's see what this looks like on the eye. This pigment is amazing. Okay, this looks like, it doesn't look good because it's not fully blended, but like it looks good because it's getting there. So now I'm gonna take that brush that I was using to put on that B3 shade, that green, and I'm gonna use that to start, like I'm gonna place it down here to kind of like start blending these two into each other. I really want to do something like a blue and yellow eye. Like this would have been really cute if I could have done like, you know, blue in the outer V and like yellow all over. But like once yellow and blue start touching each other, they won't start making some sort of green, and I was just like, no, don't try that nonsense, because I don't want that. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that for now. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna take this brush right here. This is a Sephora Pro number 10 brush, and let me grab this. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna take, oh, let me check out the palette. This is what my palette looks like right now. Do y'all see all that fallout? So yeah, like I said, you're gonna get fallout. But I'm gonna take the shade right here called B1, which is like this sky blue shade, and I'm going to use that to blend out this shade here, the E4. And I'm also like kind of taking the brush and going across this way. Like when I do looks like this, I don't really have to do too much as far as like blending these into something else, but just want to do something just like it can look a little bit more seamless. Ugh, I get all tongue tied sometimes when I'm talking to you guys. Have y'all ever had like a disorganized professor? Like I don't come across it often, but I have a professor like that right now. By the way, real quick, I'm gonna go back into that E4 shade to just kind of like put some more on and like, you know, blend back and forth. But anyways, I have a professor like that right now, and it's just always just shocking to me because I'm not used to dealing with that. It's kind of like, man, what is wrong with you? Like, why are you behaving this way? Anyways, y'all, this lady is just, it was some issues going on with like us getting into her class and like the first week of school and all that stuff, whatever, right? But pretty much we didn't actually officially start class with this woman until the 3rd week of school. And this lady had the audacity to email us 3 hours before we actually were supposed to meet up in class that day. Talking about, yeah, the presentation is gonna be today. Ma'am, we haven't gone over the syllabus with you. We don't know anything that's going on. You don't respond to our emails. Like, who's doing any type of assignment? Ma'am, excuse me? Like, we all showed up to class like, we don't have anything ready for you. And what could she do? She couldn't do anything. I was like, yeah, this is exactly, you can't do anything. But yeah, whenever I just have like a professor that's just disorganized, it just throws me off. I'm like, I'm not used to that. And what annoys me is that like, the things that I get annoyed when people who are in authority do things that, you know, if it was the other way around, like you guys will penalize us for that, you know, like that shit annoys me. Okay, so this green is low-key kind of getting lost, so I'm gonna have to go back and like add some more. But so far, this is looking really good. This honestly can look good on its own, but yeah, I definitely need to add more of that green because it got lost. But man, this blue and yellow would have been really cute on its own, but it's just, if I try to get blue and yellow too close to each other, it's gonna start forming some sort of green, and I'm like, I don't want that. Honestly, I kind of like this. I kind of really like this. I was gonna do something completely different, and I still kind of want to do it, but for anybody who was looking for inspiration, obviously if you're watching this video, I hope you're looking for inspiration. You can stop here, but I like this a lot. So the reason why I'm like torn now, because I feel like if I cut my crease, all of this is gonna get covered up and it's just gonna look like, what I had in mind was pretty much, I wanted to do like a yellow into a green into a blue for my transition color, cut my crease, and then do some like white glittery color. So I feel like if I was to cut my crease with the way my eye is set up, like I have to go here, you're just gonna see the blue. So maybe I need to bring that yellow and green up higher. Let me see how that looks. If it just doesn't work out, then I might honestly just leave the look like this because this doesn't look too bad. I'm torn. I really like the way this looks. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Let me grab some lashes. Let's see. Because I really had a whole look in mind. I was gonna do this and that, and then now this is just looking this way, and I just kind of like this way. Let's see how this looks here. I really wanted to play with the glitter, but honestly, I think I might just stick with this. I think this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna stick with this, you know, maybe next time, but like, I really like the way this looks. And I'm looking at, honestly, I don't like any of the shimmers in this palette. Yeah, both of these are the shimmers, this shade and this shade. I don't like either one of those. Like, they're just not something that I would go for. This glitter does look really cute, and I don't know, maybe like I can like dab it on, but then at the same time, I really like the way this looks. I don't want to add nothing else to it. So I'm gonna stick with this. So I'm gonna go ahead and go off camera. Oh, I filmed really quick today, you guys. We are at 12 minutes of footage, unedited right now. This is about to be a short video. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and go off camera, and I'm gonna do the rest of my face. Yeah, I'm gonna do the rest of my face, and sorry, okay, listen. Somebody had left a comment on my video the other day. She was like, you never look in the camera. And so now it's in my head because I feel like I do look in the camera, but sometimes like when I'm talking to you guys, like I'll look, but like I'm also looking to see what I'm talking, like I'm looking at the look to see like if I want to fix anything. So yeah, but I feel like I look in the camera, but yeah, now that's why I just kept looking down up, like, oh, like, you know, let me just look at the camera, because I thought about that comment. But no, I have to look at myself sometimes to kind of see like, okay, this is what, you know, this is the vibe. But anyways, I want to go ahead and go off camera. I'm gonna do the rest of my face. I don't think I'm gonna change anything. If I do, I'll come back on camera, but I like the way this eye look looks. It's very simple. It's honestly, it's a very, very easy look. It's cute. So we're gonna do this. This is a very simple look. So yeah, I'll be back shortly. Alright guys, so this is a completed look and I think this looks gorgeous. So I didn't end up going back and cutting the crease. I feel like this is just going to be perfect the way it is. I love this yellow into green into blue. Super gorgeous. So let's go ahead and talk about this palette. So this is the Norvina Volume 6. It is the 6th installment to her large Norvina palette. And I do have all of them here. I absolutely love these. And I also have her minis as well. So I have every single Norvina palette as far as like this format. So this right here, when I saw this, I was a little underwhelmed because I just felt like this is something that she's done before. But apparently she said that people kept asking for a rainbow palette, which even then I mean, yeah, this is colorful, but I don't really consider this a rainbow palette. Like, I mean, it doesn't even have every color of the rainbow. It doesn't have a red in here. The pinks are a little more muted. I like something a little more vibrant. If anything, I feel like this palette really reminds me a lot of the Norvina Volume 2. There's very much so similar shades in here. Like, as you guys can see, like this row right here, it definitely looks like the bottom row of the Norvina Volume 6. Let me hold them up side by side. Both palettes do have a yellow in there. They have a black. Okay, so this is them side by side. As you guys can see, they look very, very similar to each other. So I don't know what she was talking about, but honestly, I would have liked for her to go in a different direction. I really wish she would have done something almost like a little more green themed, like safari-ish, mossy colors, grungy colors. I would have liked to see something like Subculture in a more expanded version, mixed in with a little bit of something from the the Anastasia Prism palette. Like those type of like really creative, really pretty color stories. Or she could do something a little more on the neutral side with some pops of colors. But another colorful palette, when I feel like you have stuff ready like that, I just don't get it. But you know, listen, if you don't own any Norvina palettes and you wanted something where you kind of get the best of both worlds, I would say the 6 isn't bad. It reminds me a little bit of Norvina 1 and Norvina 2. Let me show you the Norvina 1, by the way, so I'll hold this one up as well too. So this is this one, in case anybody wants to see. It has some shades in here, but I feel like if anything, it leans definitely more similar to the Norvina Volume 2 for sure. So there's that with that. This does retail for $60. Quality is good. I mean, I feel like the shades went on like a dream. They blended out super easy, so that's not an issue. Also, this palette is pretty much matte heavy. You get 2 shimmers in here and 2 glitters, and everything else in here is a matte. So if you are wanting a more of like an all matte colorful palette, this isn't a bad option to go with. But there are so many colorful palettes out there on the market that you wouldn't have to spend $60 to get this, because it doesn't even have, I mean, if I'm thinking about a rainbow palette or a colorful palette, this is not my first thing to think of to grab. Like, there's other things that I would go with first. But I mean, if you wanted to stick with the Anastasia line and you wanted to try Norvina out, this isn't a bad place to start. This isn't a bad place to start, but I just don't know what she meant by, you know, people were asking for a rainbow palette, because I'm looking like, have y'all not seen everything else she's put out before? Like, there's definitely colorful palettes in her lineup, but you know, listen, to each his own. All I can say is Norvina Volume 7, don't try it. Do not try it. Do not try any of this, another colorful palette. Like, no ma'am. Okay, no. But anyways, that is that with this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below if you plan on picking this palette up, if you did pick this palette up, and yeah, that's that with that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye.